Greetings fellow nerds, welcome to another MTG NerdPhil video. You know what we do here, we play standard rank, climbing up the standard rank ladder with some fun, goofy, wacky decks. We also talk about video games, board games, anime, TV shows, so you get extra content throughout the week. So if any of that stuff intrigued you, consider hitting that subscribe button down below so you have an easier time finding me in the future. So today we are playing Green Artifact Ramp. It's just a deck I kind of just thought, you know, green's the best color at ramping and Ugin's the best card in the game. So why not try to get him out as soon as possible? So we got 3 Gilded Gooses for ramp, 3 Scavenging Oozes. Really important to exile stuff. You know, I'm crazy about this card. It's just super good at everything. Gains life, gets bigger, exiles important targets. Maze Mind Tome for the draw. Spare Supplies also for the draw. 4 Cultivates to ramp and get out the lands that hopefully will stop drawing in the future. 4 Plated Mirrors for the ramp. 3 Mirrored Constructs. I really like Mirrored Construct. This card's great. There's a lot of things that target things, so it's good. Obviously better if it's kicked. 2 Solemns. 4 Forsaken Monuments, the best ramp, colorless ramp, and it gains life. 4 Ugins are win condition. 4 Stonecoil Serpents. 8 Forest, 4 Bonder's Enclave, because most of our sets hits for power once we land down the Forsaken Monument. 4 Crawling Barrens, 4 Fabled Passage, and 4 Labyrinth. Labyrinth is there to stall. Usually not a good sign though for using it, but stalling is kind of important in this deck because if Ugin is our win condition, we need to kind of make sure that we're surviving until we hit an Ugin. And of course, there could be 4 Ugins buried underneath the deck, which is definitely not good. So if that's the case, we have to make sure that, you know, we're doing everything in our power to stall. So we have a Labyrinth to start out with. Obviously not good. We need 5 lands to activate it. Definitely not good as the Commander Mazemyth or whatever it's called. But it's the best we got to work with, and it's the colorless land. So, opponent's deciding whether he should keep or not. So probably a tough decision. I would imagine he's at like maybe 2 lands, and he's like, like I have a 1 and 2 drop, but I have 3 drops and a 4 drop and a 5 drop. Can I risk this? Answer: if you're facing me, the answer is always yes, because I have sometimes the most rotten luck in this game. Someone had actually commented on one of my Rogue videos a while back. And I drew like 5 lands in a single turn and I lost. And I was like, well, literally anything would have helped. And I got commented saying like, oh, I felt that. I'm like, yeah, you tend to feel that. Tend to feel those moments of like, if I draw one thing, you could really come back from this. And then you draw 5 lands. Oh, opponent's having a tough time here. Or there might be AFK. Really hope that's not the case. Not a good showcase of the deck if you ask me. Oh dear, I think they're AFK. Come back, I want to play a game, my friend. There we go. Decide to keep. I guess it was just that tough of the decision? Question mark. Alright, what's the plan here? Red. Oh, okay, we got Forsaken Monument. Super important. So probably Spare Supplies. Just to keep drawing. We want to make sure that we Gruul aggro. Yawns. So he's got a Bone Crusher Giant. So are we going to play the Scavenging Ooze? Incorrect choice, my friends. We are of course going to play Spare Supplies, because it avoids the Bone Crusher Giant and allows us to draw cards. And we could actually play the Plated Mirror next turn pretty comfortably. So yeah. Decides not to play the Bone Crusher Giant. Makes sense. There's a Brushfire Elemental. And we're going to get hit for 3. Not a surprise. We all saw that coming. Alright, we drawn 4 out of 8 of our forest? Interesting. That's a randomizer doing randomizer things, though. Would have loved the Bonclair's Enclave or the Crawling Barrens, but first. And now our Cultivates, our full Cultivates, are going to look really useless. Interesting. MTG randomizer. So now the real game is, can we beat the MTG randomizer? Let's find out. Well, I mean, it's not too bad, because next turn we can play the Mirrored Construct, which is actually like a decent body against Gruul. And then, if not, we'll just slam down the Forsaken Monument, and probably don't have artifact removal, would be my guess. So, yep, he's got a Bone Crusher Giant, though. We knew that from the beginning, so it was worth risking playing him anyway. So Alright, does he have another land? Our opponent's a really slow thinker for a Gruul deck. Not that hard to play a Gruul deck, my friend. Like, I want to create a Gruul deck with, like, the non-conventional Gruul cards. But I don't have enough wild cards, honestly. Man, our opponent... I think our opponent has really bad connection, or they are the most careful Gruul player I've ever run into. Which is, like, I guess that's fine. It's not really what I would... I don't know. It doesn't take that much to play Gruul. I get the feeling they just have a bad connection at this point. Well, I feel like Gruul's gonna get better once Kaldheim releases, because like I feel like the Giants are actually gonna be like, I feel like Giant Tribal is gonna be a thing in the future with Kaldheim being released, because like Norse mythology, we've already seen some of the giant cards, and there's like things that like cater towards giants, so I feel like that's gonna be a thing. Are we gonna win from DC? Not really the way I want to win, but okay. I mean, ooh, spare. You know what? Spare supplies into spare supplies. Again, we're digging for the Ugin here, so there he is. So next turn we can play the Monument, and then we're pretty much good from there. Hopefully we'll draw into a colorless land, though. It's kind of our goal. Okay, so was he just timing me out? Interesting. I guess he doesn't have a land? I mean, I'll take a bunch of damage. If that was the plan. Like, it's like, oh, he didn't play a creature, now I can, like, trick him. It's like, oh, okay, sure. I don't think I'm dead. Yeah, this is the most careful Gruul thinker I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if he's just being salty from not drawing lands, though. Or she. Could be a she. But Wilhelm? Probably a guy. Could be a last name, though. Yeah, honestly, this was the right play, just given the status of how the game was going, though. Regardless if that was their decision early on or not, because once we slam down the Ugin, we pretty much win against Gruul control, because we just wipe out whatever they have once we slam down Ugin, and then they don't really have a lot of stuff that survives in Ugin except like Lovestruck Beast, and even then it's like we have things to play like Stormcold Serpent or even a Mirror Construct to just chump block. So yeah, it looks like they're just starting for lands. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so once we draw a colorless land, we'll be chilling. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it. Gains life more than anything. That's what I really care about. He hovered over Forsaken Monument. Maybe he does have artifact removal. So once we draw a colorless land, honestly, we're pretty much good to go. Okay, so this tells me he has Ember Cleave. So the question is, do I mitigate the damage? Oh, maybe it's a Bone Crusher Giant because he's hovering over the Stonecoil Serpent. So something to consider. Yep, it's another Bone Crusher. Makes sense. Okay. Yep, take some damage. And we hopefully will draw a colorless land to play our Ugin. Or we'll draw another Ugin. Not exactly what I was hoping for here. But that's alright. Kind of suspected that was going to happen. You can't always depend on the arena randomizer to work out in your favor. So that's why we have like plan Bs, like creatures. Super important. This guy is seriously the slowest Gruul thinker I've ever run into. I don't know if I should be like impressed or frustrated. So do I spare supplies? I don't think an Ember Cleave kills me, so I think so. He must have another Bone Crusher. That's the only way he's like, because it's pausing on his turn, which is like, ay ay ay, my friend. You got to make a move at some point. Otherwise, I think you lose. Goose. Come on. All right. We're one card deeper into the colorless land though to slam down the Ugin, so we're okay. Again, trusting on the randomizer is very dangerous in this game, which is why we play things like Cultivate, which is why we play things like Spare Supplies. You just got to dig deep into making sure that none of that stuff happens. So, rats. This is tough, huh? This is tough, eh? Well, you know what? Let's get in there for 6. Man, this is the slowest grow player I've ever run into. Look, my man, there's only so many timeouts you can use before you lose, so make it snappy. You have a great hench too. Like, you're in a really good spot. You're probably going to beat me off that card alone because I wasn't able to slam down an Ugin fast enough. So, what's going on here? Are you just worried about the Ugin that much? I think he's going to run out of timeout soon. I mean, I really don't want to win this way. But, I mean, you're not giving me much of a choice, I think. I think he just has really bad connection. I'm surprised he's gotten this many chances, though. This is 4. I go 1, 2. So I could play this for 6. Seems good. Get an 8, 8 out. Alright. And, like, creatures dying isn't awful for us because we have a Scavenging Ooze to gain some life, get bigger, so it's not the worst thing in the world if creatures die, but he's gonna have to do a lot to kill an 8/8 at this point, so I don't know. How many timeouts are you allowed in Arena? Does anyone know? Is he getting time back because he's making moves? I've never seen someone allowed to make this many timeouts or being timed out this many times. Like, I've played against slow players, but I never thought I would say this. The slowest player I've run into in my entire life in Arena is a Gruul player. Is a Gruul aggro player. He must have bad connection. That's the only way I can imagine the explanation for this. Which is unfortunate. Ah, jeez. But he's still being allowed to live. In all honesty, it's kind of crazy. Because I just cannot draw my lands to play Ugin. One of my many colorless lands that I have in the deck. Like, look at this. Look how many timeouts he's had. Like, I don't understand what is happening. Like, this is crazy. Is he hacking? Like, what's going on? Like, he's in such a solid position. Like, he just did nothing. This is like the 5th timeout, right? Like, insane. I've never seen someone allowed this many timeouts. Like, is it just because he is maybe doing something this turn? I guess you're allowed time back when you make some sort of movement. I don't know. Look, he gets time back every time. Like, I'm so confused. I'm actually confused. I mean, are we gonna win just because it's got to be a bad connection? It's got to be. Alright, well, we beat Gruul aggro, I guess. I think the game would have been very different, but I mean, honestly, we just needed one colorless land or a cultivate to win the game. So we had so many outs with Ugin, so I wasn't. I mean, I don't know if that was just BM, honestly, because he's like, oh, he has an Ugin and I don't win against that. I mean, most decks don't win against an Ugin. That's the point. So I wonder if maybe arena servers are just bad today. No, I think it's just his connection, honestly. It's got to be. Well, we'll probably get in for another game or two here. We're going first. I like this hand. Ramp into Palladium Mirror. Yeah, can't complain about that. Okay, what is up with this slow people today? No, okay, good. I was like, come on. This cannot be a thing, right? This is not a thing. Alright, yeah, I don't want to play Storm Cold Serpent for 0. Alright, we like this. Oh, excuse me if you heard that. So, 1, 2. We could play a 5/5 Stoic Coin Slipper, which I like. Let's do it. Could be countered here, but I mean, we have so much bigger things to play, so. Yup, Lofty Denial. I guess I could have played it for 4, honestly. Or just played the Construct. Would have been. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna attack here. I don't need to really do a whole lot. Sure, you can bounce that back, no problem. So we can actually spare supplies because we're good on mana. Ooh, okay, I like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the board. So, all right, let's see what you do. Okay, so I'm actually going to play the Construct here because I'm pretty sure he has a counterspell. So you can't let this land because a lot of his stuff targets the Construct. Yep. So I knew that was coming, and I do want to hold on to the mirror, but he can't let the Construct land because there's too many things that target in mono blue. So, ooh, okay, I like that. So let's keep the train rolling. What do you got? Just gonna keep taking 2 every turn. Do you want to let this land? It's an extra just extra thing that does damage over time. Ah, we'll decide to let it land. Okay. All right, got my mana. Sure, you can play that Brazen Bar, no problem. I can take 3. Sure, I take 3, no problem. No problem. Yep, just getting closer to my mana. What are you gonna do? So, in response, just gonna eat our dudes. And if he decides to Brazen Bar with this, then I know I can get away with the Palladium Mirror, and that's the real important thing. So, got a lot of great things going for us. Yep, there it is. Okay. Now let's land him down. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we have the mana for Ugin, so we just kind of got to bait it out. We got to bait him using his counter spells here. Nope, no blocks. I'm okay with that. Ooh, another mirror. Okay, so I think we're actually ahead on the aggressive game. So, we can actually do this. And he's thinking about it. He's like, now he can't play Ugin. What the heck is going on here? Okay, so another mirror. And another ooze. Let's do it. Sure, I take 3. Not a problem. Okay, Owen's pretty sure he has a counter spell. Yep, he 100% has a counter spell. He got hasty. He got too hasty. He got way too hasty. Perfect. Perfect. He got impatient. He didn't wait it out. We lose the ooze, but not a problem. Not a problem. We've got the Ugin to land. That was the most important thing. So now that we got our Ugin to land, I'm pretty sure he has another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to hold one blocker back. Yep, he 100% has another shark. So we're going to speed up the clock for him then. Him countering this, it's going to happen. My greatest creation. But he still pretty much loses, honestly. Oh wow, he doesn't have another shark, I guess. What do you have, my friend? You just, that's the thing. You cannot slam down the Ugin as fast as you can. You have to wait it out, pay patiently, then play him at the perfect time. Exactly what he did. He was the one who blinked first. He was the one that blinked first. And so we got to win. Alright, one last game here. Hope you guys are enjoying this, honestly. I mean, I really love creating these kind of decks for you guys because you guys are the ones that get to Mythic with these decks, not me. I have to stay around to play Eric's. I have to play test a lot of decks out, and you know, some decks work, some decks don't. So, but most importantly, you guys are the ones benefiting. So we're going first. Little rough of a keep. I would normally love this hand, but we need one green source to get our cultivates going. But once we do, we pretty much get Ugin out super early, which is incredible. So, we have 2 turns to draw into a green source. So, and maybe we'll even get a Maze Mind Tome against mono red too. Okay, we do need to hold on. I'm just gonna do it now. I want to make him use the cards in his hands. He probably has another Fervent Champion. Not much I can do there, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. Okay. I mean, if you've got the pump spell, you've got it. I mean, I know he has a dwarf. Okay, we're looking for a green. Okay, wait, but it's not over. Blade of Mirror is great. Helps us ramp. We like things that help us ramp. Very, very important. Would have been so perfect if it was just a green source, because we just cultivate, and then we just slam down our Ugin, and then we win. So we're not out of this yet. We can... a Fabled Passage. We have 12 cards to draw. We have a 12 out of 51. That is pretty good. That is pretty darn good. If we can just get the green source and cultivate twice, we win the game because we slam down our Ugin, and that's it. Okay. You know what? Let's do it. If you have the pump spell, you're going to have to use it. All right. There's the... Yep. Okay. You use a removal spell. That's okay. We just need a green source to get... Okay. I like this. Whew. All right. All right. All right. Good, good, good. We like this. We like seeing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, we don't even need to block. We don't even need to block. We don't even need to block. But yes, 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 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to beat mono red. Even though we didn't have the perfect start, even though we're essentially 2 turns behind, we're going to beat mono red. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you green artifact ramp. And all we have to do is -3. Sure, you can do 3 damage to me. No problem. Oh. Yup. Even better. Maybe we won't draw lands from now on. Perfect. Just perfect. And there's not a lot of things that mono red plays that survives Ugin's +1 even. So I think we got this. Good game, he says. Good game, he says. That's how you beat mono red. I love it. All right. I think we will end it there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're still here, haven't subscribed, if you had as much fun as I did, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Again, just so you have an easier time in the future finding me. At this point, YouTube is showing you a video on top of most recent upload of mine. Could be anything from MTG to just something I talk about in the nerd world. And on the bottom is a video that YouTube thinks you specifically will like. So go ahead, check those out, explore our channel. Thank you all so much for your support. I'll see you for your next NerdPhil.